Polyvalent natural pesticides from local wastes. Project objectives and key issues. This project is intended to supply some solutions to areas and sectors linked with the production of dairy products, other food and agricultural industries, and the farming of crops of the families of the cruciferae, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, etc., and allium, onion, garlic, etc., relating to some environmental problems which needed to be addressed regarding the development of ecological pesticides and management of local wastes through the reutilization and valorization of its active substances. The major goal of the project is to obtain a formula scientifically, technically and economically validated for an ecological pesticide from waste material to be used in numerous types of growing and farming products, especially in tomato, vine and olive crops. Overall, the project seeks to optimize compliance of above-mentioned industries with the European regulatory framework concerning chemicals and pesticides for the enhancement of the protection of human health, the environment, the agricultural production, the promotion of innovation and competitiveness at the European internal market, and complying to legal limitations for prohibited and unauthorized active substances, as is stated by several directives and regulations. Nowadays, environmental protection and food security are some of the main concerns on a European level. The utilization of non-dangerous active substances may involve issues such as economical and quality losses of crops because of vegetable diseases and insect plagues, as the currently used ecological pesticides do not provide full protection against these threats. This project intends to give an answer to this problem, specifically for tomato, vine and olive crops, through the development of a polyvalent ecological pesticide which has a much lower adverse impact and a higher power of action than traditional phytosanitary products, according to principles of sustainable agriculture, as a solution for new trends of ecological agriculture, but also for traditional agriculture, while allowing a more efficient control of pathogens in crops. From a socio-economic point of view, Save Crops Lives project provides a new pesticide formula which covers part of current demand of phytosanitary products for the farming sector, in order to avoid losses due to ever-resistant pathogens and to achieve an adequate protection of quality for agro-food products. It also supplies an innovation to value crops' waste material, as well as creating employment, and it allows traditional phytosanitary product companies to undertake the new challenges arisen from the economy. We have made an extra effort, especially by networking and disseminating results throughout the European Union, in order to provide foundations for governance and improvement policies focused on the introduction of safe pesticides to an environmentally friendly agriculture. Actions and means involved. The project has been structured according to a logical series of activities related to the agricultural production calendar, from obtaining the pesticides to its validation on the field, as well as industrial and financial validation. From a technical point of view, the partners collaborate in every action of the project. During the first stages of the project, Pesticides develops sample-taking activities and laboratory studies. However, EAL takes part in coordinating and managing actions where contingency plans for these laboratory activities will be established and will keep an uninterrupted information flow with Pesticides in order to involve the financial and industrial parameters throughout the project's life. Pesticides will support basically those aspects that require a deeper scientific know-how than the ones available on an industrial level. Project-specific activities. Food and agricultural waste taking of samples. We have attended different local businesses to pick up broccoli, garlic and whey waste. These wastes need to be removed without any environmental costs, so they are perfect to support our project. Active substance removal. For such purposes, it was essential that the EAL got involved. We obtained there the active substances from broccoli and garlic soaking in proportional water, as well as temperatures and times determined in advance at Pesticides laboratory by experimenting on small amounts in order to obtain an active substance as concentrated as possible. The whey produced in cheese factories is processed at Pesticides and is sterilized to homogenize the microbial load and injecting lactobacillus to produce more lactic acid, lactoferrin and lysine, the active substances of the whey with a biocide capability. Determining the biocide capability and pesticide formula. In this lab phase, the biocide capability is determined experimenting through a disseminating method. Microorganisms are injected onto a petri dish so that we can evaluate the enzyme activity. Some discs with the essence, whose biocide capability we intend to evaluate, are put on this petri dish, and then it is covered and incubated. An inhibition zone with biocide capability will appear around the essences. No microorganisms will have grown in it, which will allow us to verify its biocide capability and assess such capability according to the size of the inhibition zone. According to the assessed biocide capability, and after identifying the compounds producing the antimicrobial activity, it will be possible then to make a chemical formula of the pesticide in the required quantity for an effective application on crops, without affecting neither the product quality nor the environment, and with the costs included. Field tests. We went to different crops in order to carry out field tests on tomato, vine and olive. We could observe the diseases and plagues they showed, which we have tested and fought with our polyvalent natural pesticide. The pesticide was there applied on limited crop areas, determining too the required control areas and comparing with traditional pesticides. Technological and sensory assessment. After harvest, there is a technological and sensory assessment in order to guarantee that quality and performance will not be affected by the use of the new tested pesticide. These assessments were carried out on visual inspections, physico-chemical tests and sensory tastings. This is the way to evaluate different factors regarding sensory and industrial product quality. Results. We came to some conclusions after developing this project. We have proved that whey and garlic waste contain compounds with a biocide capability on pathogenic microorganisms from the three main crops of the region: industrial tomato, vine and olive. Removal of these compounds at an industrial level is possible. Removals are stable during storage, and the formulated pesticide shows a very low toxicity for the environment. The application of the formulated pesticide on industrial tomato crops allowed to replace 40% of traditional phytosanitary treatments, fungicides and bactericides. Agronomic performance and technological quality of the fruits are not different compared to traditional treatments. In olives, the traditional fungicide, copper, could be completely replaced, which represents a 30% of phytosanitary treatments. The quality of the oil obtained from trees treated with the food and agricultural waste-based pesticide is not different from the one obtained from trees treated with traditional treatments. We can conclude, without hesitation, that using our natural pesticides elaborated from waste affects very positively in protecting the environment and people, and provides a profitable future for ecological agriculture.